Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make churros. So we're here in my kitchen and basically this is an easy recipe that I found on the internet and I tried it for the first time literally yesterday and it was bomb. And it was so easy, minimal ingredients, and I guess let's actually just get into it. The first thing that you need to do is obviously get your stove on and you need to essentially, I think the trick to making churros is that it has to be it's made whilst the dough is actually hot. Okay, so the first thing that you need is just 1 cup of water. Cool. And then it says that you need 2 tablespoons of flour. So, oopsies, this is not, for me when I measured this yesterday, it ended up being 2 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna put some oil into it. This is normal sunflower oil. Cool. And then you're also going to need, it says 2 tablespoons of sugar. So, I don't know if most people know I'm actually diabetic, so I shouldn't be eating sugar. But it's kind of a staple for baking. Just 2 tablespoons. I'm going to use the same measuring thingy because, I mean, we're trying to save dishes. Cool. I don't think I planned this well. I'm kidding. So take 2 tablespoons of sugar. Actually, it says 2.5 tablespoons, but I mean, I'm just gonna go with 2 tablespoons. All depends on how sweet you actually want this to be, and you just stir it up. So I'm gonna show you guys what it actually looks like. So this is the cinnamon, sugar. I guess it's like a reduction. Cinnamon, sugar, oil. Just need to add a pinch of salt. It says 1 tablespoon, but a pinch should be fine. Cool. And you just stir that in. Okay, so whilst that's just reducing, essentially the goal of this mixture is you just need to get it to a boil. Alright, so that the oil and the water can come together and mix with the sugar. And then you need to just add a cup of flour. So I just have cake wheat flour. This thing has lasted me through many recipes. And now my mixture is starting to boil. Ooh, so now it's nice, it's bubbling, as you can see. Then I'm just going to add my 1 cup of oil, and then you just stir it in all together until it gets into like a ball. So it shouldn't be too runny, it should be quite thick like dough, like play dough essentially. So I'm going to add my flour now to this mixture, just mix it in, just add it. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it in. I had a wooden spoon and I broke it yesterday. Just mix it in. It's not easy using a flat stick spoon. See, but because it's hot. Because it is hot, you can't just use your hands. Whoops. So you just essentially keep stirring this until you get a dough consistency. So I decided to change to a wooden spoon. Even though this one has holes, I'm just like, the plastic spoon is not going to work. So you just have to keep mixing it in. So essentially this is what it needs to look like. Nice and thick, basically. Cool. So this is how much the mixture makes. It's not a lot. And basically on the internet they say that you need a piping bag so that you can get the nice star kind of shape. I don't have a star nozzle, so I just remixed and I decided to use a fork in order to make the lines on it. So if you don't have a piping bag and you don't have a star nozzle, it is okay. And at this point I just kind of use my hands in order to just get to roll my dough and play with it. It is a bit hot, so you just need to be careful. Just want to get this out of the way. Cool, so I'm just gonna use a normal metal fork to do this. Okay, so I just wanted to clean up a bit. So now that you've got your mixture, I literally just take a piece. See, it's still hot. And I like my churros to be small. They can be bigger, but basically I just kind of make sure that it's all mixed in together. And it's like playing with dough. And then you essentially roll it into a ball, what do you call it? A tube? But this is too big, so I want mini churros. Like a snake. I don't want to say that because I don't like snakes. But yeah. Get it into a little log. Cool. And then you just use your fork and make lines on it. So you just press into it. So I would normally just do this on the plate. Oops, you can't see too clearly. Let me do it on the plate and then I'll show you guys the frying now. The lines don't really stay, but I mean, you try. This is what it looks like when you try. That one was squished. Okay, point is you do this on each of your logs in order to get it into nice little logs. And that's just how you keep going and trying to make it. You can also just make little balls like this and fry them and then coat them in the cinnamon and sugar that we're going to make afterwards. So this batter makes I think yesterday I made 15 mini churros. So the batter just depends on essentially how thick you want your little churro to be. And that's it. Deep fry your churros. I haven't tried them baked. I've tried them fried. And I think most places fry them. I wanted to tell you guys that when you're making your little bolas or your mini churro, try not to make it too fat, because if it's too fat then you run the risk that the inside of it won't cook properly. So you need to make sure that it's thin enough to cook all the way through. And I tried, guys. But if you have a piping bag and a star thingy, then that's like good for you. So I just switched on my oil and I'm gonna wait for it to heat up. You want to make sure that your oil is nice and hot so that your little churro doesn't soak up oil. That's not very exciting. What I'm gonna do in the meantime is just create my sugar and cinnamon, then I'm gonna dip these in. So first thing is, once you've actually done frying the churro, you need to let it dry. So this is just that paper so that it soaks all the oil. And then you need to rub it in cinnamon and sugar. So I don't really have any specifications on how much sugar to put. It just depends. It just really depends on the amount of sugar you like. So I just have a little clear container. That's too much sugar. And the sugar has missed. Let's try that again. I'm gonna pour some of it away. Okay, just a little bit of sugar, then cinnamon. Nutmeg is usually nice as well, but just to stick to the original, churro vibes. Then you just mix in the cinnamon and sugar. If you want more cinnamon or you want more sugar, feel free to add. Doesn't look very cinnamony. I'll add. I don't know if this thing is too much cinnamon. I love cinnamon. And my sugar's missing. Cool. Now I've got my cinnamon reduction. Looks like my oil's a bit wet. I'm just gonna take a bit of the dough and fry it. Cool. So now I'm going to take my little churro key. This one looks a bit fat. Put it in the oil. One mistake that I made yesterday was, well, not mistake. One thing that I learned is it can actually get stuck to your pot because I don't have a lot of oil. So you just have to keep playing with it so that it doesn't get stuck at the bottom. I'm just going to add all of them. If they don't have the star shape, it's fine. I mean, once it's coated in the cinnamon sugar, looks like a churro. And if it looks like a churro and tastes like a churro, it's a churro. Just to whip them up. So you just need to play with them so that they don't get stuck. And obviously they don't get stuck to each other. So they're just in there frying. This is the cinnamon and sugar mixture. I prefer more cinnamon, that's why mine's a bit more brown. If you like less cinnamon, then that's fine too. Okay, so I've already taken some out. And basically I'm just going to put them in the cinnamon sugar mixture. I'll just put like 3. Just put them in the mixture and you literally just roll them around. It's nice to do this when they're still hot, because then they get the, they get the nice cinnamon and sugar coating on them quite nicely. As you can see, mine look like churro nuggets. And that's a churro. Okay, so I've just made my last batch, and these are how many I've made. Minus the ones I ate in between. It's quite addictive. These are what my little balls look like. The little donut balls. That one doesn't have a lot of sugar. This is what happens when you leave it on one side for too long. It actually gets burnt. But yeah, these are all my mini churros. I think they call my like churro nuggets. I'll go with churro nuggets. Churros do go nicely with either a chocolate sauce or a caramel sauce. A quick way to make a caramel sauce is to just take Nestle's caramel treat, put a little bit in a container, and first warm it up for like 10 seconds and then add some milk, and then just warm it until it becomes a nice sauce. Another chocolate, if you want chocolate sauce, you can use Aero melts quite nicely, and also with just some milk, and then you can dip these into them. These are also quite yummy on their own. I prefer them on their own, purely because it has quite a lot of sugar and I'm not a sugar fan. So yeah, if you did like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment box, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe, and yeah, happy churro eating and churro baking. And you know, this lockdown is gonna be much sweeter because you've made them. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.